Hello and welcome back to Beaglington-On-Sea, and a very happy new year to all of you. Now, in this episode, I'm going to start looking at things that I got for Christmas. So, I've got 2 boxes here, ready to go open over there at the desk. So, let's get to it, shall we? Yes, hello and welcome to the desk, and the first of the videos looking at what I got for Christmas. So I've got 2 brown boxes here, and you'll probably have some idea of what they are from the episode title and description, but I'm going to go with this box first and open it up and have a look. So, this one has some coaches in it, and as I mentioned in a previous video, Santa seems to have sourced most of my gifts this year from Pullmans. I suppose I did ask for some difficult things to get. I asked for lots of trying. So, as some of you will probably recognise, this is a Pullman coach. It's a trying Pullman brake coach, and this one is a first class coach. Seems to have a hair in it, but there we go. I don't know where that's gone, but here we have 2 Pullman coaches. Now, I think the first class coaches, not the brake coaches, came out first in, I think they were announced in 57, but they came out in 58. And I have one that's slightly later than that I'll get out in a minute. But these ones are later because they have the closed axle boxes. I'm not sure, do they count as pinpoint axles? But either way, these coaches are, I think, from about 1962. Now, the first class ones, I think, are R228. Yeah, it says that on the bottom just here. And this is an R328. And they're actually sort of, like, there's a lot of differences between all the different ones over the years. So, for instance, these ones, they're both of the same age. They've got the same style of bogie, the same style wheels. So this one appears to have a metal axle fitted instead, which is, I suppose, nice, but it doesn't match. But they have fairly plain lampshades on the tables. So I'll just get focus on that now because it's different to the other one that I already have. So I think these came out in about 1962. And I'm going to get my other coach now because of the detail differences. It's in my drawer. Here we are. So this is one that I already have, which is from earlier than 1962. I don't know if it's as early as 57 because it's in very good condition, or 58 even, so it's probably from about 1960. It's got split axles, and it's got open axle boxes, but the difference is that this has pink lampshades on the table lamps, which obviously they decided to do away with on the later models, but also the roof is different. So the roof on this one doesn't have any holes in it, and the holes, which you can see on the roofs of these ones, those are for coach headboards, because they had them for the South Wales Pullman and the Golden Arrow, because there was a Golden Arrow one and you were supposed to have the Battle of Britain, Winston Churchill, and I think it had a hole on the front of it as well, so you could fit like a Golden Arrow headboard or whatever. And Golden Arrows on the side of that as well, I think. But so they're very nice, simple coaches, but they look good, and of course they're compromised on size. I mean, I can't imagine a Pullman being this short, can it? I mean, this is most of their coaches were like 9 inches long, so you had like the 9-inch Mark 1. And they've got the usual plastic brake rigging frames or whatever it is that you have under here that most trying models have. And there's the end of the brake coach with the windows, because obviously the Pullman coaches have these lovely windows in the end. They're square on the brake coach and they're oval on the first class coach. And the glazing appears to have slipped slightly on this one. I don't know if you can see it's the pattern here is sticking out, and over here it's gone. So I'm going to see if I can just nudge it back with my finger. There we go. And the glazing is still there in the oval. So that's a nice pair of cream and umber Pullmans, and the Pullman insignias still appear to be in very good condition, and so do the names, I think, on both sides. Yeah, I mean, they're really well looked after coaches, and the roofs aren't even too dirty considering how white they are normally. So yes, we'll have to put those together in a train on the layout, but it's nice to have a set of 3 matching Pullmans now. The colour is actually a little bit lighter on there, but I mean, it's the same type of coach. So that's a very nice present from Father Christmas. Oh, I've accidentally coupled it to the O-gauge train on my table, so I'm going to put those there and I'll just wrap them up together. For now, I'll put those ready to go on the layaway. Now, let's get the next box. So, here is the second box, and this is going to prove to be quite interesting, I think. Let's get it open. My fingers are quite cold, but take this out. What could it be? Well, it should be a bit obvious by now. It is, in fact, a Triang Midland Blue Pullman. Well, I say Midland. I think it's actually Western region. But yes, it's a Blue Pullman power and trailer car in Nanking Blue, which is quite nice, really. Like, thank you very much, Father Christmas. I've always wanted one of these, and I did have one about 9 years ago, I think it was, but it was one of the ones that was sort of not as nice. The blue was brighter, and it had yellow ends, and it looked awful, and it ran terribly. Now, this is going by the running number. What is it, 97? That must be the trailer. Though it's kind of heavy, and the running number on this one is, it should be at this end. I've noticed something strange, actually. The running number on this one is something like 60095. But, sorry for all the out of focusness, I just a bit confused. This is supposed to be the power car, but it's the trailer car. So, Father Christmas must have put the wrong body on the wrong part or something, because this one has the running number for the trailer car, which is over here, W60097. Unless I'm mistaken, but I'm fairly certain that's how it went. And on the bottom it says Triang, built in Britain. So these are 2 lovely Blue Pullman cars, and I'll see if I can bring them up to the camera. You can just about make out the crest on this side, not so much on this side. That might explain why that's the power car now, because this side definitely has a lot more wear to the paint, as if it's been handled a lot more. The number is kind of gone on this side as well. But what's also very interesting is, though it seems to have proper rivets on the bogies, it's got like brand new, almost new looking bogies and axles. It's got metal axles on, well, all of these bogies. Just refocus the camera. Sorry, the lighting's not very good today because it's kind of late in the day, so I've only got the room lights on. But yeah, it's well, okay, so Santa has obviously upgraded this Blue Pullman unit, because this is a new motor. That's a Ringfield style motor, not the original Triang motor. And I don't think there are pickups on this rear bogie. but it's got like a kind of, well, I don't know, I can see a wire inside. Maybe there is some sort of pickup on one side. But it'd be really interesting to see how that that runs. Although, I have noticed that I don't have the parlour coach to go in between them. So I'll have to track down one of those. So anyways, this is the power car now with the different number. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, if you hadn't noticed. So originally, the blue Pullman was announced for 1963, autumn 1963. Whether it came out then, I don't know, but it was out in a train set, I think, in 64. And they last made a set, which was the ghastly yellow-ended one that Hornby did, which was very ugly. That was 1974? Yes, anyways, the blue Pullman as a train ran from 1960 to 1973 under British Railways, and its top speed was 90 miles an hour, or 140 kilometres per hour. And this livery that it's in is the pre-1966 livery. So yes, this is the Nanking Blue Pullman, and obviously the Pullmans, the Midland Pullman and the Western Region Pullman, these units were introduced in 1960 after some experimentation, and they went out of service in 1973. And they had a top speed of 90 miles an hour, or 140 kilometres per hour. And the livery that the Trying one in is pre-1966, without the yellow ends and everything, because obviously it came out before then. So the power car is R555, and the trailer car is R556, except the bodies on mine are reversed, that's sort of reversed, but these are the Type 2 power cars, which are motor brake seconds, and the Trying one, the units, they were part of 3 8-car sets that ran on the Western region, I think. I could be completely wrong, but I think that that's right. But yeah, they only offered one style of coach to go in the middle, and that was as part of the train set, but you could buy additional ones. And then also I think Kitmaster did some coach kits as well. So there's one coupling hook there, so it can hook on. This is clearly a more modern bogie. It's got a big plastic coupling on the motor pickup bogie thing. So I'm going to stop waffling on about this lovely thing, and I think I'll test it out on its own, and then I'm going to dig out a Mark II coach, because I have a single Mark II coach in BR Blue, and that's probably the closest thing I've got to the coach that goes in the middle. So I'm going to go set those up on the railway now. Right, well, as you can see, the blue Pullman is now on the layout with no coach, just the 2 units. And I haven't tried them yet, so all that work that has been put in by Santa and the Elves to get it upgraded, you know, could be for nothing. So I've got it on the middle line, which is the Pico Code 100 circuit, so it should be good, although there's no big flanges on it because it's been upgraded, so anyways, best circuit to test it on probably, no points or anything. I'm going to apply power very slowly, because I don't know how it's going to work. I think I have a slight hum. Come on. That's 1, 2, 3 dots so far on the HM2000. Oh, 4 dots. Right, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so about four dots. This is as slow as it can run without stalling. It'll come past it again in a second. So I'm going to come around this side to see it come out the tunnel. Oh yeah, that's a lovely model. It's a shame that Hornby don't really have the toolings and things for these now, I assume. because surely they would have reintroduced the blue Pullman by now. Wouldn't make any sense to do a super detailed one now, though, really, because Bachmann have already beaten them to it. They announced theirs in 2010, I suppose, so... not that anyone could actually afford it. That kind of price. Anyways, waffling on. So, let's move this back a little. And I'll open up the accelerator and see what she's like. So I'm going to put it up to 50% speed now. So this is 50% speed, which is probably not too bad because we're going to have coaches, one day hopefully in between. And now I'll just put it up to top speed. So we're at, that's 75%. Now this is 100% speed, and I don't think it's too much. I think it's probably about right. I think it'd be slowed down a little if it had like 6 Pullman coaches in between. But I'd say it's pretty good performance. Very noisy. Probably quieter than if it had its original motor. It's got a very big shake on at the front. Just kind of slow that down to a stop, and I'll get a Mark II put in the middle of that. And now I'll go and show you the other Pullmans. So this is the original Pullman that I had. This is Ruth, and now that I think about it, it must definitely be like 1960s. This one, even with the open axle boxes, because it's got modern or slightly more modern triangle style couplings, not the open ones of the 50s. So. It does bump a little bit though. And then this is Anne, which is the same type of coach body, but the slightly different roof and the different bogies. So there together, I'm going to put Ruth as closer to the engine. Try and keep her under control, I suppose, with all the wobbling she's going to do. And then there's car 79, the brake coach. And you can see just here, this is the bit that's sort of spilling onto the cream. Those are the hinge mouldings and the door handle mouldings. And obviously there's no like extra fitted detail. But for its age, it's actually a very good model, I'd say. I mean, it looks kind of right. I feel like Triangle had like a just so kind of thing. Like they knew that it was setting the right kind of impression. And so I'm going to get an engine now and couple it up. So I'll just pop behind the cliff and set this to reverse. And I know that trying stuff can be temperamental, so I've picked a temperamental Pullman locomotive, which is my Southern, I think it's an S15, which sometimes has a few motor issues. I'll just come round now and check that that's actually coupled properly. It is, yes. So yeah, sometimes I've had a few issues where this just sort of gets slower and slower and then just sort of stops. But today it's running all right. So I'll just put the tripod there for a second and get the other locomotive onto the front of the layout to show you what I'm going to be running today. So on the inside line, I have got my Great Eastern Railway liveried ex-Thomas 040 tank, nicknamed Jerry, and he's pulling a second-hand modified Hornby 00 something that's been turned into an Irish post bayonet, in CIE black and orange, or black and tan I think it's called, livery. And then behind that it's got some Lima utility bands, and one is in blood and custard. So it's just sort of like a, you know, first newspapers of the new year kind of train, really. So, yeah, I'm going to get all these running and then get some lovely footage. Oh, and put that Mark II in there. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? Right. I might be out of focus, but hopefully the trains are in focus. But yeah, now it's time I'm going to run the S15, I think, first. And get that out of the way of the blue ball. You can see the blue ball in the station behind the Trian fences that I got in my stocking. So that Pullman train is off, and now it's time for the Nanking Blue Pullman to make off. And there's a Hornby Mark II in Intercity Blue and Grey with chrome English fans. Although, not. I've got it chrome. It might not be. Anyways, that's on its way, and I suppose we'll start tearing out as well. And hopefully it doesn't come uncoupled, because that CIE band is a bit, it's got weird couplings. Right. So yeah, I'll get the camera now, and I'll film some of these going around. Right, well, I thoroughly enjoyed watching those go around, so I'm going to stop Jerry there in the station, and then the SSPD or whatever it is stopping the station is towards there, and at last, the blue Pullman is going to. I mean, it sounds a lot better now. It's had a bit of running anyway, so definitely going to have to get some coaches to go between it. So that pretty much concludes the first of these episodes about what I got for Christmas. And yeah, I'm so surprised that A, the blue Pullman works, and B, someone's actually, well, Santa's, done a good job with the motor and everything. So that's definitely going to be something that I run quite a lot because it just looks so good, especially when it comes out from under the bridge going around that. It's just, it looks so much better in person than it does on camera, and you'll have to trust me. But the next episode should be out hopefully within a week, but it just depends how much time I have free to film something. So until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, subscribed, shared to their friends. I now have, I think it was 99 subscribers the last time I checked, so I'm almost at 100 subscribers. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a very happy new year. I hope 2023 brings you lots of lovely trains and new experiences and everything else that a new year should bring for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, there's also the subscribe bubbly thing and the playlist thing as well. So until next time, I've been Alex of Beaglington-On-Sea, and you've been a lovely audience. So goodbye.